Hello again, you know me, Sam Goodwin with Hocoa, your home repair network, San Diego's #1 live and local home repair network. We've been helping over 6,000 homeowners in San Diego get connected to great contractors and service providers, and we are the only live and local 24/7 service like us anywhere. But anyways, today I am bringing to you some tips on red flags that you should look for when you're hiring your next contractors, things that you want to watch out for. And this happened from personal experience, okay? So I'm bringing this to you from my personal experience when my wife and I and our first child, we moved from here to Connecticut, and we bought our first house, and the basement would flood and leak. And anyways, when it flooded, we would always try to figure out, okay, what do we need to do to stop the flooding, obviously? And it only flooded when it would rain really bad. And back east, you'd have nor'easters where there would be a huge amount of rain and water. And if you didn't have a sealed up basement, you would have water coming in through all the little cracks or crevices. And it was a little bit of a problem. As a matter of fact, when we bought the house, it had about a foot of water in it. So we got a good deal on it. But anyways, we knew we wanted to take care of that. And one of the things that we ran into is not only not knowing who to call really or what resource to look out for, but we we did a lot of the typical things as a new homeowner would do. Ask our friends or neighbors, you know, we get the coupons in the mail. But one of the things that we noticed is when we did do the coupons in the mail, the mailers, we would call these people up, and it was so funny. So one of the things that we would hear is somebody sit down with us and, okay, well, how long is this project going to take? Take 1 to 2 days. Oh, wow, that sounds interesting. Do you need to pull permits? No, you don't need to pull permits. Well, hold on a second. We're doing some structural stuff here to mitigate the water intrusion coming into my house. And then what was the cost? And it ranged anywhere as, I think the lowest we found was somebody for $4,500, the highest was $10,000. And the other red flag was, no, we don't need to pull permits. Well, you're doing something, you know, there's possible structural stuff that you're doing here, how to do it right. You know, you didn't want to pull permits, Mr. Contractor. That, you know, I'm not saying that we're just changing out a light bulb here or a light fixture, but when you want to drill holes in my basement wall and let the water come in into an underground trench, if you will, and then pump the water out, it just didn't sound right to me. The second thing too was when somebody wanted an order amount of money down payment first, you know. Okay, in California, just to let you know, everybody knows, just to let everybody know, in California, the state law requires that it's only 10% or $1,000, whichever is less. So if you have a project for $100,000, you have a contractor saying he needs 50% now, that's a red flag, okay? It's just a total red flag. Not that the person's gonna do a bad job, but you know, if they need that much capital up front before to start your project, that's a problem, okay? And it's the same thing with any of those things that you wanna have. Hey, are you licensed for this? Anything over $500 in total, the contractor's supposed to be licensed, believe it or not. And that's labor and materials included. So for instance, installing a hot water heater, you don't necessarily want a handyman to do that because in total, typically that's over $500. Hot water heater can be anywhere between as low as $800 up to $1,300, maybe $1,500 in total, but you want somebody licensed to do that. The third thing that you want is to make sure that they have insurance, general liability insurance. And a lot of people will say, oh, here's a copy of it. Well, that's great, you know. I mean, everybody knows what you can do with a Xerox copy. So it's always okay just to call up the insurance company on that piece of paper and ask them if XYZ contractor, is their general liability insurance currently in place? You can read off the policy number right there. I mean, it takes literally 5 minutes of your time to do something like that, to verify and make sure the contractor, his insurance is in place. Not that a lot of fraud happens, but if it does, you don't want it to happen to you, right? The other thing that you want to watch out for is making sure that the guy is on time and not late. You know, if you have somebody that's constantly on late or hard to return phone calls, that's a red flag that it might be difficult to have clear communication with that contractor or service provider. And quite frankly, a lot of contractors are busy. They don't necessarily have admins or staff. They're doing job to job to job. But if they can't return calls at night or text messages these days, I mean, that's pretty easy. That should be a red flag for you. And a lot of things that we hear is when people say, hey, you know what? I've been trying to find a contractor to do this. We had the call yesterday. Somebody was trying to find an appliance repair person. Nobody was calling them back. Nobody was showing up. They finally called us. But that again it's a tough thing. You want to make sure that your contractor or service provider is following up with you, whether it's calling or text message. The other red flag is, and this is not really a red flag, it's something that you want to set and determine in front of the contractor right from the get-go. And that is to set a time frame of when you want this project completed. Okay, don't leave it like, oh, we have plenty of time. I don't care, pick a deadline. You need it done on the 15th of September. No, question, even if you don't need it done until the end of September. Say you need it done on September 15th. So these are some tips that you can have and you can use when hiring a contractor or service provider to do work on your home. You want to make sure that they have insurance. Get a copy of their certificate of insurance. If you call us, we'll send you a copy of theirs if it's a contractor through our network. You don't want to ever pay more than 10% or $1,000, whichever is less, in the state of California before work starts. Now, when work starts, there can be progress payments. Okay, that's fine. And you want to get certain things if it's a large project and materials are being delivered to your house from the wholesaler or the distributor. You want to make sure that you get a sign off on lien, any product liens, to make sure that they've been paid. Those materials have been paid. The other thing you want to do is make sure that you have a deadline, a date of when the project has to be done. That is critical. Don't leave it up to the contractor when he has time to get it done. You want it done by this date. No questions, ifs, ands, or buts. Things happen, that's fine. You can push the deadline, but you want to set one immediately. And the other thing is that clear communication. You got to have clear communication with your guy, your person, okay? Again, we have phones, we have text messages now, emails, clear communication. If the person's not giving you clear communication up front, that might be a problem. If they start to do things or want to do things a certain way and you're unsure about it, seek a second opinion. It does, your house isn't going to fall down tomorrow. I mean, knock on wood, probably not going to fall down tomorrow. But don't ever purchase on fear. Okay, somebody, oh my gosh, your house is going to fall down. You probably have time, most likely. So anyways, those are my tips for you this week. My name again is Sam from Hocoa, your home repair network. Hope you have a wonderful week. Please comment below. What would you like to hear from us? What other information would you like to know about construction, remodeling, repairs, maintenance? Please give us some ideas and feel free to share this video. We hope that we can help you and your friends and your neighbors. Again, my name is Sam with Hocoa, your home repair network, and hope to talk to you soon.